What if history class wasn't just about the past? We're going to dive into a pretty incredible project that uses the legacies of historical figures as a launchpad for actual real-world action. It's all about how students are turning yesterday's stories into a powerful movement for today. And that really brings us to the central question, right? How can a story from, centuries ago really spark change today? It's a huge idea, and we're about to see exactly how a group of students is making it happen. Okay. First thing you need to know, this is not just happening in one classroom. It's this ambitious, amazing collaboration that connects students across borders, from Tunisia, Turkey, and Greece. And believe me, that international piece is absolutely key to the whole thing.
So, where does an idea like this even begin? Well, it starts with a spark from history. It's all about this idea that the stories of these incredible women from the past can literally light a fire for change right here, right now.
Here's the core concept, the real heart of the project. Students dig in and research historical heroines from their own countries. We're talking about women who really shaped their societies. But they don't just stop there. They draw a direct line from those struggles to the modern fight for gender equality, and they focus in on a huge issue, combating violence against women, or VAW.
And this is not just some academic assignment. It gets deeply personal. All through the project, the students are writing these reflections with this exact title. Just think about that. How she inspires me against VAW. It completely transforms historical facts into this powerful, personal motivation, a real call to action.
This visual just lays it all out perfectly.
On the left, you've got the past, the injustice, the barriers these women fought against. And on the right, you see the future, the rights these students are demanding now. They're literally using history as a roadmap for where we need to go next.
Okay, so the students have their inspiration. That fire is lit. But what do you do with it? How do you actually turn that feeling into tangible action? Well, you do it by forging modern tools, by creating the actual instruments of change.
The whole project is built around these three core creations. First, they team up to build this amazing interactive ebook. Second, they draft a formal youth charter against violence. And third, they use films to spark these really deep cross-cultural conversations. It's a whole toolkit for advocacy.
Let's just zoom in on that charter for a second, because this is not just some simple statement they wrote up. The students treat it like a constitution, a super formal declaration. It's their way of putting their commitment down on paper and turning all their shared values into one powerful, unified document.
And the charter itself? It's incredibly well thought out. It starts with a preamble that honors the very heroines they researched. Then it lays out fundamental rights, like zero tolerance for violence. And here's the key part. It includes commitments, actual pledges for actions they themselves will take. And then it wraps up with this powerful call to action for everyone else to get on board.
Now, a huge, ambitious project like this doesn't just happen overnight. Not at all. It's a carefully planned 8-week mission that takes these students on this whole journey, from that initial spark of research all the way to a full-blown public launch.
As you can see from this timeline, the whole process is really methodical. The first 2 weeks, that's all about diving deep into the research. Then they shift into creation mode, putting together the ebook. The next phase is all about dialogue, which is where they draft the charter and have those film discussions. And it all leads up to week 8 when they launch the whole thing for the world to see.
And this is so important. This project isn't just about the cool stuff they make at the end. It's about the skills these students are building along the way. Look at this list. They're learning everything from deep research and critical thinking to collaborating digitally across different cultures. They are literally becoming a new generation of skilled, effective advocates.
And that brings us to the final phase, which might just be the most important one, launching a legacy. This is where they take all that hard work and get it out into the world to try and spark a real ripple effect of change.
So what does the rest of the world get to see? A complete, totally professional project package. You've got the final interactive ebook, a signed digital poster of their youth charter, and a whole playlist of their really insightful film discussions. These are tangible, shareable tools designed to have a real impact.
And they don't just, put it online and hope for the best. No way. They launch a full campaign. They're presenting their work at school assemblies, they're pushing it out all over social media, and they're using the hashtag #EndVAW to join a much bigger global conversation. They are actively getting their message out there.
So all of this leaves us with one final, really powerful thought. Through this whole project, history has given these students a platform and a voice. The real story, the one that's just getting started, is about how they and all the people they're about to inspire are going to use it.